That was a really horrible attempt at a Donald Duck voice. What is up, everybody? I am super duper excited, and do you want to know why? Because about 3 months ago, I made a video for you guys, and a lot of you watched it, and a lot of you responded, and it really hit me in the heartstrings about being excited about 100 subscribers. Guys, we totally did it. We reached our goal, our first goal of hitting 100 subscribers. And this is kind of a follow-up video. So if you watch that video, you'll find out a lot more about me, First Mate Sam, some basics of our lives. I answer a lot of questions in that video, and in this video I'll answer some more questions. But check out that video if you haven't seen that one and you want to get to know us better. So this one is for 200 subscribers, and I have to say 200 subscribers probably feels just as good, if not better, than 100. It has meant a lot to me, and you guys, this last leap from 100 to 200 has been probably the most satisfying on the channel, because you guys have really been leaving us comments, leaving us feedback. I've gotten to know some cool people. I've even had somebody add me on Xbox Live, be like, can we play? I've got game recommendations, and the community, which is a humongous part of what this is supposed to be, has really shown its face, and that makes me feel a lot more purpose for this channel when I can interact with and get to know you guys, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Seriously grateful. So I'm going to talk a little bit about where this channel is heading and our current goals and stuff like that, and then after that I'm going to answer a few questions. So where is this channel going right now? Well, when you first start a channel, if you're a YouTube creator, you know this, it's really hard to analyze and figure out what is your demographic, what do people want, blah blah blah. And I'll be completely transparent with you about this. First Mate Sam and I have tampered around with a lot of different ideas. We've tried a lot of different types of things to see what interests people, and ironically, I think the thing that a lot of times has a good amount of views but also has the most interaction and people comments and feeling closer to getting to know you guys and stuff like that has been a lot of the co-op stuff that has First Mate Sam and I. Now, we have done some single player LPs, but those never seem to have as much of a community aspect, or usually not as many views as, say, the co-op stuff. Like Battle Block Theater Insane Mode is where we started, and we're like, this is kind of what we want to do for our channel, and that at first didn't get much, but as time has told us, that's much more entertaining and much more fulfilling because we're doing stuff together and you're kind of hanging out with us. So as we move forward, I'm not saying that we're going to completely cut out single player stuff. Like if you're watching the Sonic LPs and you're worried, I will be transparent and say those will probably slow down. You're not going to be getting as much single player LP stuff from us. But I'm not saying that we're giving up on those completely, because I know some of you do watch that, and I still have to finish the game. So if I'm playing with you, I am enjoying Sonic Lost World. It just might not be, the typical 3 days a week thing. You might get a video here and there, and First Mate Sam and I are going to focus on doing more co-op stuff, because that's a way for him and I to relate and to spend time together, and something we can do that builds our relationship up. We're brothers, if you didn't know that. And it's also a way to get to know you guys. So we do want to focus on that. There might also be a less video frequency, but a higher video quality. That's something that's kind of been on my mind for a while. When we started doing YouTube, we kind of toyed around with possibly, let's release a ton of stuff so that there's this wide range of searchable stuff for people to find. But it's a lot more satisfying when you make something that you are happy with the way that it has turned out in the end. So you might not be getting as many videos, or 3 videos a week or whatever it may be, but I'm hoping that when you do watch a video, you will enjoy it more, because I'd rather, you know, watch one video I enjoyed personally than watch 10 videos that were subpar to me. And so that's another goal with our channel that we're trying to do. So that's a little bit about the channel and where it's going. If you have more questions about that, please feel free to leave a comment below. I would love to respond to you. I do try to respond to everybody, and if I don't respond to you, I'm really sorry. Sometimes comments, like, it gets weird with the indicators, and a lot of times I'll like see one in an email, and then I'll be at work or something on break, and I won't. If I miss you, I'm so sorry, but feel free to leave comments, ask questions, and give us feedback, because we want to know what you think. But it is kind of interesting that what First Mate Sam and I started this channel wanting to do is actually, it turns out, kind of what you guys want. Anyways, it seems. So hopefully we'll continue down that track, and hopefully we'll give you some entertaining videos. I'll talk more about, like, maybe what you can expect possibly later in the video. So I want to tell you just a little bit about what's going on in my life, because we're buddies, and I feel like you should know that. I actually just last week got engaged. I am totally blessed. It was a great day outside, and I have another channel called Gamer Faith Vlog, I believe, and I might make a video on there explaining more of the details about that. But yeah, so I got engaged to the woman I love, finally. We've been dating for a while, and that's super exciting. It's been probably over 6 years since I first met her, and that's really exciting. That's something that's going on in my life, so that's another thing in the mix of things going on in my life. So if you don't see as many videos, it's not because I don't love you, it's just because there's stuff going on, and I think you guys understand that. So my two brothers, my parents, and my girlfriend are like my best friends in the world, and there are other people in there that are up, like, you know, up there too. Those people mean so much to me, and you know what? I'm even gonna throw in my girlfriend's siblings. They mean so much to me too. And my whole family and friends, obviously, but those are a huge part of my life, and that's another reason why it's just, I like having First Mate Sam and I together in videos, because we're so similar in some ways, but so different, and it's just really interesting how, you know, God puts people like that together, and it's just so much fun, and we laugh so much together when we're making those videos. So that's kind of who I am. I'm a big family guy, not like, hey, Peter Griffin, not like that kind of family guy. So a lot of you guys send me messages like, hey, will you play this with me? Or like, hey, I added you on Xbox, you want to play this? And one person was like, get Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, I think you'll really like that. And we did, and we do. And like, I've even been added on Xbox Live, and I appreciate that. And will I play with you guys? The answer is yes, but the answer is also maybe. I actually don't spend that much time in a given week playing video games. I'm not like, I like, enjoy video games very much since I was a little boy. You know, I had the Game Boy and Kirby's Dream Land, which we played through the entire game on our 100th video special or whatever. We did Kirby's Dream Land because that's the first game I ever beat. So they're a big important thing. Sam and I talk about it and stuff like that, but actually in a given week, I try not to spend too much time actually playing games because I have a lot of other priorities and stuff going on in my life. So if I am absolutely honored and totally happy that you guys want to play with us, and I would love to. Honestly, I would. And so maybe, the answer is maybe, but the amount of time that I'm actually on there playing games isn't that high. So if you add me and I'm not, you know, on there playing the game with you, don't get offended. It doesn't mean that I don't care about you or that I forgot about you. I promise that's not it. It's just even my like work friends and stuff will be like, let's play this game, and First Mate Sam knows this too. It's just hard with schedules sometimes. My gaming time with First Mate Sam is like, oftentimes it's like I have 2 hours this week on this day, let's play, and sometimes that doesn't even happen. Sometimes it's more than that, so it just kind of depends. But yeah, I'm more than happy for you to add me and message me that, but just don't feel sad then if I don't play the game with you. You are my buddy and I do care about you, and I'm so glad that you added me. Alright, so I'm going to answer some quick questions here. Once again, if you want more questions answered, please go check out that other video and you'll learn more about us, and that would be awesome because I like to be transparent. I like you guys to know me, and I like to get to know you guys. So leave me comments. I know I'm pushing that, hitting that hard, but that really means a lot to me. So, this is my child, Olimar. He's adopted. Olimar. He's one of 2. He's my boy. I know that's not a question, but I saw him, so I had to capture him with my love. Okay, so first question. What is your favorite game? That's a really complicated question, and I'm going to answer it in kind of a weird sort of roundabout way. But there's lots of different things that I like in games, and I have a long list of games that have meant a lot to me, but I'm going to name a few here that are in different categories, and I'll tell you why I like them. As far as the favorite video game series, The Legend of Zelda as a whole is my favorite video game series. There's a lot of cool puzzle aspects, and all my brothers like it. So yeah, there's that. As far as a co-op game is concerned, I've enjoyed so many co-op games for different reasons, but there's one game that holds a special spot with me. It's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the original for GameCube. I played that with one of my best buddies, Steve, way back when, and I played that game through with Sam, and it's just, there's something, it's kind of hard to get into that game, but once you get in, there's just something so cooperative and adventurous, and the music is wonderful. It's a great game. I highly recommend it, but it's really hard to play because you need like a Game Boy for the controllers, and it's one of those things. I would love to be able to play that game on this channel, but it's just such a complicated situation for hookup that maybe if we ever hit like 1,000 subs or anything, not any promises, but maybe if we ever get to that point or something, then it's also complicated because First Mate Sam lives across the country from me, but we both want to do this for you guys because it's something special to us, so maybe one day. My favorite like one-off game. Now, I have a tendency to do this because I just played this game, and when I say one-off, I mean like no sequels, not a series, blah blah blah, but a game that has really been special to my heart, and it's a difficult game to explain because it's like I love it and I hate it, and it's awesome, but it's horrible. But overall, just the game Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, it's an indie game. That game probably made me feel more in my heart than any game I've ever played before, and you have to play through the entire thing, and they were genius with some of the things about it. And my Brothers means so much to me, and so that's a reason why. So I'm gonna say that one right now, but that was a recent game, so my game list's always changing or whatnot. And total favorite all-time game, I've been saying for several years, and it's pretty much held the spot for a long time. I'm very disappointed in where the Final Fantasy series has gone, but there was a period of time where I really enjoyed them. And no, it's not Final Fantasy 7. No, it's not 6. I know a lot of you guys like those ones. It's actually one of them that doesn't get talked about all that much, and it's Final Fantasy 9. I really like that game. I really do. Another question, is Sam your only brother? A lot of you know that no. I have two soon-to-be, hopefully, brother-in-laws that are, I'm engaged, and I already consider them brothers, is how I should have said that, but that's CJ and Tristan, and one sister, Betty, and then I have another biological brother that is my older brother, and he is Joshua, and so I'm actually the middle child. Joshua is amazing. He's a really artistic guy, and he's hilarious, and he fits in. If you met him, you would see very quickly that he totally, all three of us, we have these things about us that are so similar, yet we all have these unique qualities, and that is a blessing to me. It means so much to me. So Josh is actually an amazing artist, and I plan to make some videos featuring some of his artwork that has to do with Zelda later, so keep an eye out with that if they're not already out, because he's making some sick concept art type stuff for Zelda characters, and I really would like to share that with you guys, and then he would be a part of this channel too. What games do you plan to cover this year? That's a complicated situation because this channel is always changing. I hate to say it, but sometimes it's like I have to take a break from this channel and get my priorities in check. My time reading my Bible and spending time with God, doing Bible studies with my girlfriend, going to school, spending time just one-on-one with my brothers, with my family, with my friends, and I have to go to work, obviously, and all that stuff, it means a lot to me. It's very important to me. And I have this tendency with this channel to get very, like, once I start going, just be like, like I have to do the best for it. And sometimes that's not the best thing for me or, like, my loved ones. So sometimes I have to pull back, and sometimes maybe it's okay to give a little bit more to the channel to get to know you guys. But if my priorities start going off track, sometimes I have to take a step back, and I hope you guys understand that. I love doing this channel, but it just has to be for the right reasons. And so what exactly am I going to cover? I can't give you that. I can tell you what I like to cover is the new Zelda that's coming out for Wii U. I would like to cover that. Star Fox, I would like to do that if possible. That might be a short game. That'd be cool. And then there's some Shovel Knight DLC coming out, and I see some stuff about Battletoads, which is epic. And Shovel Knight is by no means our most popular LP. It was a solo LP, but I really enjoyed that game. There's something retro and just epic. I love retro games. I love indie games, the music. Everything I have to say about that game has probably been said already 1,000 bajillion times, but I would like to cover some of the DLC in that if possible. Next thing on here is I talk a lot about my values, and some of you might actually be wondering, what are your values? When you say values, what exactly are you talking about? A lot of times people tend to escalate away from these topics because, and I understand why, because when it comes to values and beliefs, sometimes that puts walls up, and I absolutely do not want to put any walls between you guys because different people have different values and different things that are important to them. But I absolutely want to get to know you guys. I care about you guys, so I understand why people stay away from that, because sometimes values is a hard topic that people will get really intense about. So I don't want any like warfare in the comments about this or hurtful things said, which it's sad that it goes there a lot of times when this type of stuff is brought up. But I also want to be transparent with you guys about who I am, and if I didn't talk about my values, then I wouldn't be showing you even half of who I am. So like, for me, gaming and stuff is a small portion of my life, but my everything good that I have in my life, I came from a difficult place in my life, and I'll try not to get too sentimental or deep here, but I came from a difficult spot, and I have God to thank for that. And everything good that I have in my life stems from my relationship with God and my faith in Jesus Christ. And that is a huge part of like my life. In fact, I try to make sure that permeates every aspect of my life, and that includes this channel. So that is something that you should know about myself and First Mate Sam. That is where our values stem from. I used to not have very many convictions about stuff, and I used to kind of just do what I want, and I can tell you that I was not living a fulfilling lifestyle. So with that being said, what are the things that matter to me? Well, I have this necklace on right now, and this says, it's actually an Australian penny, I believe, and it has to do with honoring and respecting women, and it has to do with all the money in the world does not equal the value that women have, and many times guys will say degrading things about women, and sometimes women will be degrading to themselves. And I think we should respect men and women and all different races and everything like that. They're people and they're important, and I hate it when people make comments that treat women like they're meat and that are disrespectful, and part of that goes right along with it'd be difficult for you to find somebody that is as anti-pornography as I am. I find it to be a filthy habit that really belittles women. And if you want to hear more of my thoughts on that, check out the other channel I was talking about, Gamer Faith Vlog. I'll try to remember to put that in the description. So that's one of my values, is to respect women and not be like, hey man, check her out and blah blah blah. I'm in a relationship, and I don't want to be eyeballing other women, and I think it's disrespectful when guys do that, because those women might be in other relationships and blah 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 blah. That's something that's very important to me. And another thing is treating people kindly. Like, I'm not saying I never have or that I don't, but I really try not to talk behind people's back. I really try not to be gossipy, stuff like that. I believe in treating people with care because they're people and they're important. And all this comes back down to the fact that I believe that it should be the main goal in life to love God and love other people, and that's what I try to do. So there's a lot more that has to do with that, and I know some of you guys are gonna disagree with that, but I have my reasons, and I am passionate about that stuff. And then one other thing that has to do with loving other people and loving God and all that is, I live in America and I don't make all that much money, but even if you're making like a $10,000 a year salary, you're making more probably than most people in the world. So I do believe in trying your hardest to donate some of that money to people in need, because there are women being sex trafficked. There are children dying every day. And some people cope with that by hardening their heart and being like, there's nothing you can do about it. But you can try and you can do your part to help. And so that is another value, is donating to needs. I often donate to Samaritan's Purse, and I try to make that a weekly habit. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, look how great I am. I could totally give more. I totally fall short in that area. But I believe that in encouraging you guys to at least consider that, because there are other people in need. And I think that that's a really important and fulfilling thing. I think that once you do that, you'll find, wow, like, I couldn't have spent my money in a better way than to help these people that are suffering and these children that are suffering. So that's another thing. The last question, will you be my BFF? Well, what I told you is before is I have a lot of best friends and stuff like that, but I totally want you guys to be my buddy. First Mate Sam and I are not lying or exaggerating when we say that every time we read one of your guys' comments and you guys say something nice or give us tips or whatever, it means a lot to us. We really, really, really want to get to know you guys. And we're not some huge big channel, and that's kind of a good thing in some ways, because I can get to know people more personally. And there are people, I will tell you, that from my blog, gamerfaith.com is my blog. There are people from there. There are people from the Gamer Faith Vlog channel. There are people from CaptainDavyPwns that will comment, will message, and those other places. I've gotten emails, and it's really been amazing to get to know you guys. It truly has. So that means so much to me, and continue, please, to let that be a part of our life. We want to continue to get to know you guys, whether we're the same, whether we're different. I hope that we can all get along and hang out and talk about cool stuff and do cool stuff here on this channel together. Thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I love you guys. Thank you. 200 may not seem like that much, but to me, that's 200 friends, minus however many of those are my own channel subscribing. Did I just admit to that? But there's only a few of those. So I thank you guys. I love you guys. Keep leaving me comments and feedback, and I hope to get to know you guys even more as the days go on.